Hello, this is Smarter Prepping with Uncle Mark, and I'm Uncle Mark. Uncle Mark is goofing off and sitting down in his easy chair. Sitting down in the chair. Uncle Mark sitting down in the chair. Silly old Uncle Mark. Okay, the time is now about 5:25 p.m. on Thursday, the 6th of June, 2024. Once again, it's about 5:25 p.m. on Thursday, the 6th of June, 2024. And today is D-Day, and by the way, I looked it up on the internet. I looked it up at Wikipedia. I like Wikipedia. I don't know about the rest of you. I like Wikipedia. I looked it up and I found out, oh, you see, because you'd think all my life I'd heard, well, the invasion of Normandy is called D-Day. What's the D stand for? Whatever. But here's what the deal is. In the military, in the U.S. military, in the military of the USA, going way back long before the invasion of Normandy, probably 100 years back, when military strategy people are working out their little strategies, and they're making their plans, and they got it all worked out, then on a certain day, the action will take place. And the all the chain of command, top down, will be given the. They'll be given they'll be told in advance that they'll be all told in advance that on a certain time at a certain day. It's an appointment. And your appointment time for any kind of attack or invasion or major military operation, the appointment day, the day of your appointment, is just called D-Day. That's a nickname for your time. It's like your doctor appointment, except it's when a bunch of military personnel, military units are going to move forward. God, I hate that because I hate people getting killed. Ah! But it's like the war between the states, the Civil War, and it's like just World War II. It's like it was. Yeah, you know what I mean. The aggressive people. In the case, it was Hitler and the Nazi regime. They push until it was kind of, anybody would do like what Churchill and Dwight Eisenhower and FDR. Anyway. But they set up a certain day for that invasion on the North Shore of France, and so, like I said, that's just a nickname for any time you're going to make your move. It's always called D-Day. But since that was the biggest D-Day in history, then ever since that one, people been calling that particular D-Day simply the D-Day. So that's what I just thought I'd mention. I looked it up. Here I am, the age of 68. Always heard about D-Day. Just now figured out. Anyway, today's D-Day of 2024. And it was 1944, I believe, yeah. 1944, because I'll cry again, because bombing Japan. Did you know we did a ring of firebombs in Tokyo that probably killed as many people as damn atomic bombs? Anyway, ring of firebombs in Tokyo. People in the middle of it didn't get burned, but pretty soon they couldn't breathe. No oxygen. I hate killing people. Anyway, but like I said, we're pushed in a corner. Okay. Anyway, so I just saying that Hiroshima and Nagasaki and the end of World War II was in 1945. D-Day was 1944. It was, I'm crying about the war. Anyway, June 6, 44. Anyway, it's just today is D-Day. By the way, all these cans are marked with all the cans in this tote are marked with best if used by date, June 6, 2024. So it's D-Day of 2024. It's stamped on all these cans. Like I say, it's obviously the people over at Campbell's, or let's say Walmart or Dillon's or some grocery store chain, they just ordered too many. They ordered more and they realized they weren't going to sell so many. So they had way too many, so they donated a bunch to, like I say, starting in 1984 is the Kansas Food Bank. So when I was young in 1973 on my own, there was no food bank. There was no Kansas Food Bank when I was on my own. I just had to scrape, pinch pennies, buy a little ground beef and taters, and simmer up my ground beef and taters and have a grand meal. A little salt and pepper. But anyway, so here we are. Like I say, it's I presume it went to Kansas Food Bank, and then from there I went to another food pantry, and I'm downstream from that. It ended up with me. So I ended up with all these the exact same date, June 6th, 2024. Which is no big deal. You don't have to eat stuff before the best of use by date. It's just a matter of the only way I use the best of use. The way I use the best if used by date, the way I've been doing it lately, I came across a can of beef stew that said best if used by date in 2017. 2017. Okay, that's 7 years ago. So I pitched that in the trash can. Just my personal preference. Anyway, so we've already passed April 2024. All these cans here, these American Beauty Cream of Chicken, all those have the same date as the date in April 2024. And the cream of chicken and chicken noodle up that way is all best of use by date in 2024. I forget which exact date. 2024. Okay. These green beans 2024. This canned chicken 2024. So I thought, well, let's do the 3-gallon pot. Yeah. I forget to mark exactly, but 20-some cans easy will fit in that pot. I see the green beans. My 6 cans of green beans, those will fit for sure because in that can is a whole lot of water. So you drain off the water, drain off the water, drain off the water, then dump in just the beans. So the beans don't take up much space in there. And I have crazy amount. I have like 40 cans of green beans. So it's time to start using up the 2024 green beans. And I'll use all that cream of chicken and that one other brand of cream of chicken over there by itself. That also is 2024. Put some of those chicken noodles in there. Why not? You know, like I said, all fit in a big pot. So maybe I'll do that a little bit later. And I was mentioning how, see, these are good till, these have a date of February 2025. Of course, that's not too many months away, but I'm just saying I'll stash these off to the side. I'll try to do a batch like that first. I'll stash these off, you know, that first. This would be second. This would be some later date because that's 2025. Best to beautify. No big deal. And on my overall reorganizing, I have another whole tote full of garbanzo beans, so I'll check the best of use by date, see if they're all around the same time. And I like tomato soup. I like having tomatoes in my stew. But I got this stew. I'm going to make a stew over this way. A big beef stew. A big 3-gallon batch of beef stew. At some later date. I was going to do that one next, but I'm going to do the cream of chicken just because it's on my mind. And by the way, what I was doing, I was getting all the totes, my 8 minutes, out from behind. It was hidden. They were blocked in. And there's 3 totes of dried fruit. Okay. And then I still got to rework these over here. So, but the main thing is to get all these gradually moved to the other side of the room somehow. Anyway, so maybe I'll put stuff on to cook. So I'll call it good. And like I say, Tanya Diane Williams Herbert, she liked to say later, Tater. So if you're ready, 3, 2, 1. Later, Tater.